They're technically not domesticated, actually. So
They're really not. They don't. No, my cats come inside and expect me to feed them. They are. My cats are definitely
They
domesticated.
live with you in like a
I
symbiotic relationship, but they don't. They would eat you.
They ask to come inside, and when they're cold,
Yeah.
that's domestication.
They know
That's
where-
domestication has a definition.
I think they just know where the warmth is. They're like this.
So where they're gonna go? Well, I can leave them out there if they want.
Yeah, and they would not be happy about
And they don't want to go there. They also, a lot of people say, this is the thing, that cat will go to any person. No, they usually, you're their person.
I feel like you don't like anybody.
They are just naturally afraid, unlike dogs who are naturally inquisitive and like kind of more in your face. Cats know they're smart. They're kind of smart. They know that its best utility is to quickly escape and hide because it's hard to find them. And
Yeah,
like,
they're like
they use their skills. They use the stealth and the speed and like the agility before they try to fight. You know?
Yeah, because they really can't fight
they
much.
They'll hurt you. My cats have scratched me up pretty
They'll
good.
fuck-
You'll kill them. You could kill a cat easily, but it depends.
That-
A bigger cat will hurt you.
Like nagging pain like that, like it, like
And it hurt.
Ooh, because it
And
hooks you.
it infects you because they have gook under their nails. A cat will mess you up.
I'd give them a good scratch back.
No, you don't.
I saw a cat, give them a good scratch.
There's some big cats. What's like remember some of the most dangerous animals in the world are the big cats, not the big dogs.
They are no, because the big dogs stop at the wolves.
Wolves.
And any big cat can
No,
really
there are
fuck with a
bigger
wolf.
dogs than wolves now.
What?
Even
No,
there's one in Afghan, isn't it? Isn't the Afghan hound?
you mean that
humongous?
Afghan hound
It's
thing?
humongous.
But I think
with a bigger,
a wolf would still fuck it up.
a stronger bite force, I bet.
Yeah, a wolf is just a primal like.
And the wolves fight in packs like that, but so do dogs. And cats don't fight alone either. Cats usually they can be solo hunters, but cats can be pack hunters too.
Now we're talking about like lions.
Well, that's a
unless
feline
banana.
too.
Yeah, no,
And those aren't the only cats, wild cats. There are other wild cats.
You know
too.
what I don't like too when they like they have it that like averse thumb thing and they hook it into you and they just drag like a wildebeest down
Sometimes
and they'll just
their weird
Ow.
thumb. Their weird thumb is an interesting tool that they can use.
it's a
Like,
hook.
yeah, they like hook on with stuff. It's cool.
They'll grab like an animal by the haunches and like try
I want
to
a
pull it down from the
Mancoon.
back.
Mancoon's like dog-sized cats.
A Mancoon.
Yeah.
Tell me this. I think about this in the gym a lot. Like when I'm all pre-workout and stimulated up and like, emotional's not the word, but like I'll get like really fired up in the gym and I think it's because like my levels of just energy are so low during the day. And when it hits a peak, I'll start going through like random scenarios in my head to like motivate me in the gym. And one that I often think about is like, what if my family was being attacked? What would I
It's a
do
good
in this
one.
situation?
I usually use women. Is that weird? I want.
Depends on who. If it's a random woman, it's
Not a
weird,
random.
but
Well, no.
like a
yeah,
loved one.
I try to think maybe a girl that I thought was really attractive. This is something like a secret. This feels weird saying.
I just told mine.
Yeah,
I do it in the
fine.
gym all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Might as well.
I get teary-eyed in
I
the corner.
yeah, you do.
Depending on how deep I want to go with it.
I just get a little worked up.
Yeah, I'm like mouthing stuff and I'm pacing around
No,
like an animal.
worked up.
What do you mean?
You know what I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's not how I take it at all. I don't take it as like a thing I'm
But I
attracted.
find it gives me a testosterone boost.
It does give you. It has to.
It,
There
gives,
has
it
to be
gives
some
me a
kind of.
testosterone boost.
there
It
has
gives
to be
me,
a
it gives me like
mental switch.
yeah. There's something. I feel the connection.
I was doing it today with zombies. I was like, if my family was like being attacked by zombies, obviously, like I was like, I would die and like that would suck.
Maybe
and I
not. What
would
type of
hope-
zombies are we talking here?
We're talking like Walking Dead zombies.
We're shredding Walking Dead zombies.
Depending on what I
We're
have.
so much more fast and. What are they? I mean, like, come on, really? How much time we got? Fresh Walking Dead, like
If
next
there's
day?
6 zombies,
Right here, we'd be in
if
trouble.
there's 6 zombies in a picket fence, and my sister had to get over the picket fence, and my dad
You have,
blew
this whole,
out
you
his
have this whole
knee,
senorio.
I think about it like to an obscene amount. Like I'm staring
write
at
this
the
down.
ground and like, no, I don't think this is healthy. I shouldn't.
Why?
Because I use the fake peril of my family as a gym motivator,
I think that is that's your.
or maybe it's something innate in men that we want to defend.
Okay,
and,
now
like,
let's not go that
No,
far.
no,
Let's not go that far.
there's something in here, something
Maybe.
inside.
I don't know, dude. I think that
You
when
want to
you're,
be in
when
the
you're
situation,
talking,
kind of.
when you're talking about motivations, I think when you're motivated, that feeling is similar because we can both understand motivation. So you can't say because I'm a man, I can motivate myself this way. I think a lot of people could use the motivation of my family's in peril as as something to give them more oomph,
Yeah.
right? Just the way a lot of people could use I think that girl is too pretty for me right now, or like, and I could really work on myself and maybe make her look at me, like that feeling, that simple, and that's a normal feeling. I think it's a little Vain? No, maybe not vain.
No, not vain.
Uh,
If you're trying to protect somebody else, that's selfless. I'm thinking of it as self. I'm thinking like I would sacrifice. myself.
Thinking that you could relax.
No, but that's
You're
what
just pumping iron.
No, but
You're just lifting up weights and putting them down, bro.
I-
You're not in a zombie apocalypse.
I take it there because sometimes I'm just kind of. I need a little pickup.
That's fine. That's fine. I think that's fine.
So you're saying like you would use it in a motivation, like, oh, if I get in good shape right now, maybe that.
I think
beautiful
that
barista
subconscious
will look at me.
means don't matter as long as the ends isn't harmful. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
subconscious means like anything. It's like, what I mean? You could think about anything to motivate yourself as long as you don't hurt anyone in in reality, and in reality it's helping you do good.
Yeah, I've never. You know what's funny is I'm thinking about your example because I think it's probably something that people often use as like a motivator.
A simple motivator.
I don't think like women in that sense like motivate me. I've never thought like, oh, I want like that person. I want the person to give me their attention. I want to be better so that person will acknowledge me.
That's fair. I think that's a normal thing.
And I'm not. I think that is.
I'm not very big, so.
No, but I get what you're saying. Like, you could probably look at someone else and be like, "Oh my God, what I would do to have that person's attention, catch that person's eye." I don't know. Like that's. And I think this is also another level of things where if I'm not internally motivating myself for my own means, it doesn't work the same. Like I can't look at unless it's my dad, because then I get like, oh, like that dad, like, oh, I want my dad to be proud of me kind of thing. But other than that, I don't really care. I can never be like, oh, you know what I would really like to make happy? My neighbor. I would like my neighbor to think that I'm an altruistic, good person, and that makes me get up in the morning and take out my trash every day.
This girl or whatever girl doesn't even know that I'm working out for her. Maybe I've never ever maybe not maybe it's not the whole time. I'm not working out for her. That's just something I know you're saying to get that extra push, like that last burn. You know what I'm saying? To something to force my mind to do it, just to motivate me.
Right.
But like we're talking about just being good to people for them so they can notice that we're good to them. I think you do that. Everyone does that. You can't say you've never thought about doing it. I think you've thought about doing it, haven't you?
I think about the zombie apocalypse way more.
Okay, we're still talking about working out. Yes.
No. Now we're beyond working out.
All right, so you just want to talk about zombie apocalypse?
Yes.
All right, fine. So let's do it like this. All right, we're in a zombie apocalypse. All right, everybody. It's day 2. The government's already fallen because what happened was the White House fell in the apocalypse.
Immediately?
Yeah, like there was scientists going off in let's make it America. Let's make it our fault this time because it wasn't our fault last time. So let's make it our fault this time.
Because it never is.
Let's just not. Well,
I love this country.
Yeah, we didn't have a Chernobyl or a Wuhan, whatever that is.
We definitely had some other things, but yeah, you're right.
Did we have a Chernobyl?
We never had like a nuclear meltdown.
That was bad. That could have killed all of Soviet Ukraine.
What was the radius on that?
It was
just affected that
miles
city, didn't it?
miles. It was no, dude. They wanted a 30-kilometer exclusion zone, and that was not nearly enough. Every firefighter who went in there melted.
Yeah, I know. I saw that they
melted.
It literally like warped their face
They
and radiation
melted.
poisoning and all that stuff.
The baby of the firefighter of the wife's firefighter.
Did you see the doc?
I saw the show. With that was good. Yeah, on HBO.
I think it's hard to watch. I couldn't do it.
I watched the whole thing.
It was sad.
It was fuck. They pressed the off button and it exploded.
What do you mean press the off?
They pressed the emergency off button and it exploded.
And it still went off.
It wasn't. No, it was because they pressed it. It dropped. So what happened was it was over. It was getting too much, or I guess I don't know. I don't know the workings of. Well, actually, I do. A nuclear reactor runs on fission. So steam is created by a turbine, and then that runs the core or runs the reactor, and it uses graphite to, I guess, and uranium. Excuse me.
Graphite from a pencil.
Graphite, I believe, is what takes the uranium. I don't know. Takes might be the wrong word. Uranium is what's radioactive, and the best way to describe it, if you, I guess, way to remind people is that the atoms, the smallest things of ever things, the atom, right? You know
Yes.
that,
Yep.
are moving so fast, like bullets in our.
I thought fission is splitting an atom. Or is it
Yeah.
fusion?
No, fusion, I believe, is combining atoms.
Combining.
I don't know. I don't know the science of it, so don't take this with a grain of salt. Take this with the
No,
whole
take this correct.
bottle of salt.
We do our research.
I thought Mars was bigger than Earth.
Yeah, that was wild.
All right. That's what I read Red Rising. But no, the atoms are moving so fast that molecularly it attacks our DNA and our cells. You know, so we don't see it or really feel it. You can pick up something irradiated, your hand will melt, but not melt from the heat. The cells in your hands will just start to deteriorate.
Become like supercharged and like
They'll deteriorate.
Yeah.
They'll melt away.
Yeah.
You know, and what happened in Chernobyl is they went to press it was overheating, and they went to press the off button, and they're in Russia. I believe it was the Soviet Union then. Or yeah, right. That's USSR.
I don't even know how we got into the Chernobyl thing again.
Well, we're gonna work our way back to the
zombies.
apocalypse.
Okay, good. That's where I come back.
When they dropped all the prods or prongs to stop the machine from going, it caused the explosion. It caused because the emergency stop was not actually an emergency stop, and actually everywhere around Russia at that time, there were a bunch of nuclear reactors with that same problem. And that was the crazy twist, actually, is that it could have happened way more. It could have been the actual end of the world.
Yeah, kind of like because it happened, it forced everyone looking to complain.
And it almost destroyed the entire, almost all of like Europe. It would have killed almost every German.
If it went unchecked.
Or not eventually, yeah. Like everyone who was there at Chernobyl, who actually was to solve the problem, died in the next 5 years.
Well, that was the theory of in Oppenheimer. Did you see Oppenheimer?
They just thought that it would ignite that because
ignite the atmosphere.
Yeah,
it would cause a non-stop chain reaction.
No.
But can you imagine if the hellscape of the entire world is engulfed in flames?
Did you have to read? You gotta read the next Red Rising books.
What, to talk about the world engulfed in flames?
Yeah, he does a good job describing what nuclear war would look like. He does a great job. Pierce Brown. That's what gets posed. What would a nuclear war on a planet actually look like? And Pierce Brown writes, he has a description of a nuclear explosion that I think is the best description I've ever heard of a nuclear explosion ever.
I think that I could survive a zombie apocalypse, but not a nuclear holocaust.
Definitely could not survive a nuclear holocaust.
Everyone's dead, right? Unless you go underground.
So even if let's say you're far away and the fallout just gets you far away, your life expectancy is probably cut in half the longer you're in that area.
Right.
So like every day your life expectancy goes down by a lot.
That was like Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Even outside with the actual blast radius.
That melted the clothes off.
But I'm saying outside. No, yeah, of course. If you're in it, you're vaporized. But outside of that, 2 people were getting sick, developing cancer, stuff like that.
That's what happens. And the bombs are even bigger now. Way bigger. I mean, like, what do we got? I want to know, like, what megaton these things
That is the scariest thing to me, is that we keep just, like, stockpiling nukes. Like, I know we have to have them for deterrent purposes, like, for ourselves. And I'm really cool with us having them. But I don't like anyone else having them.
That's not good. That's not
I want
fair.
us to... Well, I didn't say fair. I said I'm scared of other people having it, so I don't want them to. But
An American